Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 3 of What If Naruto Lost Everything and Travel to the DC Universe, guys. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Prince, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was the Demigod of Fire, so go ahead, check that out and enjoy, guys. I also post a brand new episode of Anime King of What If Naruto Was the Strongest Half-Breed Uchiha, so go ahead, check that out and enjoy as well, guys. I also post a new series over Anime Prince of What If Naruto Was Chosen by the Elemental Wind God, guys, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy. So without further ado, wasting more time, what is to begin this new episode? Begin now, guys. So the last spot we left off, Martha was able to meet Naruto as he was leaving the store. Jonathan had decided to help Naruto out with his farming, and Naruto could not be more grateful. So with that, 2.5 months quickly passed by. As Jonathan has been helping Naruto, early in the morning as Kara had been coming over, bringing them snacks and something to drink from Martha. As they had gotten rather closer, as Naruto and Kara were really good friends, they had spent a lot of time together, either heading in or out of town, making their way all over. As Naruto had to say, this place was indeed a new start, a fresh start for him to get his life together. That was until Naruto went to the store. Upon arriving toward the store, Naruto was shocked, as there was no ramen there. As Naruto found out there was a sale going on, with all-you-can-take ramen, Naruto was shocked, baffled at that. So he quickly rushed over to where Jonathan was and Martha, as he told them that he was heading out of town. As they would have expected something like that when Naruto explained what he was doing, as he was heading towards the bus. However, people around town was even making a poll on when Naruto and Kara would finally get together. As Martha was all up for the idea, she had get to know Naruto well over the past 2.5 months, and he was a really wonderful young man. And not to mention, Kara seemed to like him as well, so, well, he had her blessing. However, Naruto ended up running straight towards Metropolis. Naruto simply ran towards the location, having no reason to take any bus or anything. He just ran there. As he set up himself in a hotel for the night, waiting for the next morning as he fell asleep. The next morning, Naruto jumped out of bed as he was ecstatic, bumping and jumping with energy as he made his way. Meanwhile, that was going on, Kara and her cousin Clark, aka Superman, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane were currently heading to the same factory as they were going to do a report on it. Well, that being Clark and Lois. However, Naruto came and picked up Kara as he spun her around in excitement. She was shocked to see him here, however, when she heard what exactly was going on, she kind of expected this. The manager of the place came up and thanked Naruto. They were surprised by that, but it turns out that Naruto was one of the sole person that bought so much ramen that he was placed on their chopping block, as people were able to identify him as one of their sole providers, as he bought at least $1,000 of ramen almost every week, and Naruto gulped those down rather easily. As Kara introduced them all to him. However, Lois, she had been on many reporting schemes before and noticed people's behavior. She could tell that this guy has been through some kind of war, the way he carried himself. But Toyman decided to interrupt their little festivities and destroy the place, as Naruto ended up running back inside and switching into his shinobi gear that hid most of his features. Upon doing that, Naruto disabled all of Toyman's little gadgets. He was then about to kill him, but Superman intervened along with Supergirl. As Superman ended up holding on to Naruto, that was a big mistake. Naruto delivered several hard blows to the man before he realized who he was. As he apologized, but Superman grabbed onto him, and he kind of got a bit jumpy. Upon getting Toyman out, Superman took Naruto to a building. As he saw what he was about to do, he was about to kill him. But Naruto did not care what he said or what he believed. Enemies must always be killed in order to stop them from wreaking havoc once again, as Naruto vanished and changed back. However, him and Clark had a stare down when he came back, as Clark knew that it was him, and Naruto knew that it was him as well. And he also knew that Kara was Supergirl now that he looked at it. Clark instantly went back as he spoke to Batman to find information on Naruto. There was nothing to be found because Naruto has only been here for the past 2.5 months. As Kara could not believe it, Naruto was the alien, as she was rather shocked by this new development. So they decided to place a sting operation to make sure that he wasn't some kind of threat, but Kara demanded that she would come no matter what. So Superman allowed her to come. So with that, they made their way. It did not take too long for them to set up their operation, but Naruto was already home. Yes, he was already there, waiting. Batman was the one that greeted him and spoke to him, as Naruto spoke about his life somewhat in the Elemental Nation, but Batman could not get any more details or anything. Naruto told him that he didn't want to be a part of the league or anything like that, as he walked inside, showing that the conversation was over as Batman told Mr. Terrific to beam them all up. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and also don't forget to go ahead and check out the other series. Yes, I indeed have 4 channel guys that I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead, click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family, and thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below so I can welcome you personally myself guys. So without further ado or wasting any more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. The 7 League members appear in the Watchtower shortly after Batman requests. Stay here, Bruce said as he looked towards Kara. We need to have a chat, alone. The remaining 6 original members headed towards the conference room, while Kara sighed. She headed towards her room on the Watchtower. Her mind was still reeling from what she heard tonight. It's not fear that he had to put up with all of that, she thought. No wonder he seemed downtrodden the entire day after Toyman. He must have expected them to question him, or having some bad memories brought up of his home. As she opened her door and headed to the window, glancing down towards the planet that she called home. Naruto, she thought. Back in the conference room, tensions were tight. He's so young, Diana said. It is quite tragic that he had to live through so much. Martian Manhunter nodded as he agreed with her. I agree, but we must focus on what is important to the Justice League and the world's safety. He's right, said Clark. We can't let someone with that kind of power run wild with it. Batman narrowed his eyes dangerously at Superman. Then what do you suggest? Justice Lord Kal-El, he said. That coming from Batman surprised the other members. That was a low blow, Bruce. What Superman said is true. The kid has a lot of power and he just left the war. What's to stop him from going crazy? Green Lantern said, trying to defend Superman's side. Because we do not know the full extent of what he can do, Batman said. All we know is he's been fighting for a long time. Survive a war that destroyed this world and killed a beast that could decimate places from miles over. Other than that, we know nothing. Well, all I know is we should let him join, Flash spoke up. They all turned to look towards him. Wonder Woman nodded in agreement. Superman and Green Lantern looked towards him in shock. Martian Manhunter was thoughtful about it, as Batman gave no thought of what he was thinking, his face just blank as usual. Are you out of your mind, Wally? Asked Green Lantern. How could you even suggest letting him join the league? What? No, he said, as he decided to explain himself. Look, we've all done something bad in our past. Superman, you got brainwashed and you attacked the Earth. GL, you thought you destroyed the planet. Wonder Woman, there was that whole deal with heresy. He turned towards the Martian Manhunter. Not sure what you might have done, but we don't know all about your past. And well, look at Batman's track record. He interrogate guys by dangling them off rooftop, by their feet, threatening to drop them if they don't answer. Look, I'm not saying trust him for everything, but trust is earned, not given. But I'm sure that he could help. Maybe we could actually help him as well. Give him something worth fighting for. And I think he will be a great asset. Plus, he seems nice. As Wally finished his speech, the members thought on their own for a moment. Diana was the first to speak up. "I'll vote if we should invite Naruto to join Justice League." "I vote yes," she said. She looked over towards Superman. "No." "I vote no," he said. "He's too much of a risk. We should monitor him constantly." J. "I second Superman. He's a loose cannon, one that can go off any second." "I vote no," said Green Lantern as he looked towards Flash, who stuck his tongue out at him. "Well, I vote yes, GL." So that is 2 and 2. They turned their eyes towards the other two, Martian and Batman. "I will have to agree with Diana and Wally on this one," said the Martian. "We could use him, and might be able to help him as well, even curve his kill inside." Both Superman and Green Lantern were a little bit shocked, but they could understand where John was coming from. He was an outsider like Naruto, nothing left of their worlds, just like Superman as well. But Superman did not want to sympathize with Naruto because of his willingness to kill. Batman got up as he started to walk away. "Bruce, you have to cast your votes. We need to know if it's a tie, and do nothing or if we should let him join," said Diana. Batman stopped for a moment. "I don't have to do anything," he said. "Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer." He left right after that. "What the hell does that mean?" Wally said, tired of Batman and his little riddles. Superman sighed. He knew exactly what it meant. It means that we invite Naruto to join Justice League. Meanwhile, Kara could not do anything to take Naruto off her mind. Her best friend had been a soldier since he was 5 years old. God knows what he has seen and go through in that time. Her heart wept for the young man. Why? Why did she feel like this, she thought? She knew that she cared for her teammates, like Green Arrow. He was like an older brother to her, as well like people as Captain Adam and Green Lantern. They were both polished heroes that went out of their way to help her in training. But she felt something different with Naruto. It was even stronger than what she felt with Barber. And Barber was her best friend. She had made it a priority to help her in Gotham when Batman was away helping out the League. I wish this was easier, she thought. She heard her door open as she turned to see. It was Green Arrow. "Hey kid," as he then realized she was crying. "Why are you crying?" he said, closing the door behind him. She wiped at her eyes, surprised as she found tears. "Oh sorry, Ollie," she said. "I didn't even realize I was crying." He grabbed some tissues as he handed them over. "So, you gonna tell me what's going on?" She wiped her eyes, not sure what to say. "I don't even know where to begin," she told him. "The beginning is normally a good place to start," Ollie said, placing a hand on her shoulder. As she told him everything. The whole time, Oliver Queen had only one thing on his mind. She had it bad for this guy. After hearing everything and the synopsis from the talk with Batman, he kind of understand what was making her cry. "Well, I can say 2 things. First is, don't worry about what the League will do." She raised her eyebrow as he continued. "While the League bring the bad guy to justice, he ain't a bad guy. He was a soldier, fighting for his country. And from the sounds of it, his world, near the end." She placed a hand to her chin as she thought, he's right. We don't interfere during wars unless they're being instigated by one of our Rouges. It's a part of the Justice League charter with the UN. She nodded. "So, what about the second thing?" she asked. Oliver laughed as he ruffled her hair a bit. "You're not worried about your best friend. You're worried about your boyfriend." Leaving a sputtering Kara, Oliver made his way down the hall. As she watched him head off, most likely to go and ogle Black Canary. It didn't take long for her cousin to arrive. "Kara," he said, "we have voted on what to do with Naruto." Her eyes shot towards him instantly. "Really?" "Yes, really, but..." Clark stopped himself, as he had to move and stopped her before she flew straight down to the hall teleporter. He's not allowed to go on any missions alone. And he isn't allowed within the vault. And if he kills someone, he will face the charges, whatever they might be, alone. No League support. Kara nodded before she flew with super speed straight towards the teleporter. "Send me down," she said to the Martian. He already knew where she wanted to go, as she was gone in a bright blue light. As her vision cleared up, she was right behind Naruto's house. Noticing that it was morning, she was a bit surprised that she wasn't a bit more tired. She walked up the steps as she banged rather roughly on his back door. "Naruto," she called out, but she did not hear anything inside. "Naruto, come on out, I need to talk to you." As she waited, Maybe he's in town, she wondered. I wish he had a car. It would make it so much easier to know if he's home or not. Naruto, I need to talk to you. As she got angry, she pulled her fist back. Sometime before that, Naruto was having a shitty night after his horrible day in Metropolis, where he got no ramen, having to fight Superman, and almost killing that annoying piece of shit Toyman. He was able to get home and he was well on his way to get drunk. However, his plan was ruined by Batman coming to question him, figuring that it would be pointless to lie due to his slip up with Clark earlier that day. Naruto felt like if he divulged just enough, they will either leave him alone or ask him to join. In his drunken stupor, he hoped for the first. With Batman gone, he proceeded to drink enough sake that would have knocked out Snazzy, Kakashi, Anko, Jiraiya. At the same time, it was a good thing that his sake storage was in his storage room, which he sealed up after speaking to Batman. Kurama was woken up by Naruto's body calling upon his chakra to prevent alcohol poisoning. Surprising the kid wanted to get shit-faced after free ramen, Kurama thought. However, that is when he saw the fresh war on Naruto's mind. He decided to filter through the day. Oh shit, he said. As he saw everything, at least he's being vague enough not to include him in the conversation when he spoke to Batman. Kurama sighed as he started to send out his chakra to heal Naruto's liver, as he tried to process more than enough chakra that should never enter the human body. It was far too much. New record, 15 bottles of sake before touchdown. Naruto had passed out. His perimeter seal started to beep as Naruto heard a pounding. What the hell is that, he said. The beeping would be your perimeter seals going off, said Kurama. And the pounding would be that freakishly strong woman you have a crush on. Can't she knock quieter, said Naruto. As the remain of the alcohol had drained out of his system, but his head was still pounding a bit. At one point she was, but since then she had increased the force that she's been using. As Naruto made his way up to his kitchen, opened the kitchen door after placing his hand on it, Naruto heard the pounding stop. Thank God, he thought, as Naruto moved towards the door and opened it. However, Kara had threw her fist forward. Her super-powered fist slammed right into his face, throwing Naruto straight back down into the basement that he came out of. Kara had noticed too late as her fist smacked right into his face. It was something that he was not expecting in the slightest. He could feel his nose break as he flew back. Naruto, she screamed as she flew down after him. Great job, she told herself. Punch the guy you like and break his nose. You're definitely gonna earn points that way, she cursed herself in her mind. She phoned him against the back wall as she saw blood trickling from his nose. She then noticed the black markings all over the place. What are those, she said, as she reached out. However, Naruto grabbed her wrist. I wouldn't touch those if I were you, he said. Before he could say anything else, she pulled him into a hug. I'm so sorry I just punched you in the face, she said. So, said Naruto, this doesn't mean the Justice League is coming to take me away, he said. Kara sighed, she pulled out. They gave me this. As Naruto looked as she pulled out a communicator from that ridiculously small skirt that she was wearing. They want you to join, she said. But, as Naruto spoke up for her, seeing that she had stated, but if I don't, I could have the whole league raining down on me, said Naruto. That was the vibe I got off my cousin. After he told me, he said there will be a few rules. The first, you're not allowed to go on a mission alone. Secondly, you're not allowed near the vault alone. And if you kill someone, you will face whatever charges are brought up against you. Naruto snapped his nose back in place with that crunch. So basically, if I kill the bad guy, the league will drop all connection with me, possibly even help bring me in. Kara nodded. Naruto thought about just going nuclear and fighting the entire Justice League by himself. However, if he did something like that, the world will be not protected anymore by Justice League. And it will be his fault as countless people die. And he looked towards Kara as he took the communicator from her. Well, it's not a perfect option, but I'd rather join than being an enemy, said Naruto, as he started to head upstairs. As she realized, do you mean you still plan on killing, she said, as Naruto reached the kitchen and pulled out eggs out of the fridge. Do I plan on doing it? No. Hell, I didn't even plan on joining Justice League. I came here for some peace and quiet, said Naruto, as he started to pull out ingredients. However, there may come a time when I have no choice. Not everyone can be safe. Not everyone deserves to be safe, said Naruto. Kara watches Naruto place the things into a cup. Why are you making that? As Naruto gulped it down. The raw egg that is, along with the hot sauce that he poured inside of it. A bit hangover, said Naruto as he placed the cup in the kitchen sink. As he turned towards her, you guys went up against some people that I would have killed when I first met in the past. As he looked through the window, I once gave 2 people a second chance. The first used it wisely. The second one, he tried to kill me. He was my teammate. Someone I thought of a friend. Maybe even brother in grief. The 2 of us lost so much before we ever even were supposed to. His name was Sasuke Uchiha. Kara started to give him her undivided attention. He never told Batman this last night. He was assigned to my squad after the academy. My sensei tested him and the other one assigned to us. It was a hard test but we passed. It doesn't mean the road was less hard. Especially for him. His brother had killed his whole family and spared him. Kara's eyes widened at that. She couldn't imagine anyone killing their own blood. He said he spared him because he was weak. He was not worth killing. It made him cold. It made him only want strength. My sensei and I thought we were helping him deal with the pain. But all he saw was the training I gotten and not him. The pain, the hate. It was brewing inside of him. He never let it go and eventually become a traitor to the village. And he ran away. He was heading for someone that promised him greater power. An older traitor to the village. Myself and a few others were dispatched to bring him back. What happened, Kara said. Not that I mind you telling me more about your life, Naruto. I have a feeling that you wouldn't explain yourself reluctance to giving second chances unless something major happened. Naruto nodded. We caught up to him and the people escorting him. The 2 of us fought. I had a chance to kill him, but I hesitated due to my friendship with him, if you could call it that. He, however, was not held back by such feelings. He stuck his hand right through my chest. Kara was stunned. His friend, someone that he considered a brother, tried to kill him. How did he manage that, she asked. A jutsu. What we shinobis call attacks. It covered the hand in lightning which he used to thrust right through my chest, said Naruto. She rose up from her seat as she moved and hugged Naruto once again. He, nor anyone else, will ever hurt you like that again, she said. As Naruto smiled back as he brought his arms around her and hugged her back. The both of them then pulled apart. So, I take it you heard from Batman about me. She glanced to the window, feeling a bit ashamed, but she felt coming clean would be better. Actually, Batman had the original 6 and myself taking formation around your place last night. I heard it directly from you. Naruto felt a bit ashamed she heard it all. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough, he thought to himself. Kurama snorted, drawing Naruto's attention. If she hated you, do you really think that she would be the one delivering your communicator? Not to mention her hugging you. Twice now. I don't hate you, Kara said, and I'm not afraid of you. As she placed a hand on his cheek, Naruto blushed. Never had he had a crush on a girl before and she had been this intimate with him. You were a soldier and you were doing what was right, she said, as she leaned in and kissed him on the cheek. As Naruto blushed, he smiled back at her. Thanks, Kara-chan, he said. She nodded, dropping her hand. Well, it's time to head up there for them to meet the profile on you and the tour as well. Naruto blinked. Head up where, he said. You know, the watchtower. The Justice League base orbiting above the earth. Naruto glanced towards the ceiling several times. How do we get up there? By a teleporter or javelin, she said. Guess that means I should shower and switch into my shinobi uniform. She followed after him, yeah. You smell like alcohol. She paused. What the hell are you doing? She yelled. She yelled rather loudly. Naruto turned to look towards her. I am undressing so I can get a shower, said Naruto. In your living room? She asked. Naruto nodded. Yeah, why not, he said. It's highly inappropriate for you to do that while you have a guest in your house, especially a girl. Her face was insanely red. Since when, Naruto asked, as he was standing in just his boxers. Damn it, she thought. Why does he have to look so hot like that? Since forever, she said, as her face was beaming red. But I've undressed and even bathed with female teammates, as well as clients who I were to assist and protect on missions. Say what? She said in shock. Yeah, on protection details we have to bathe with our clients to make sure that no one killed them in the bathhouses. Most diplomats, businessmen, and women. Actors and actresses and daimyos like to bathe in the bathhouses, so we had to go with them. So you're not a virgin, she asks. She slammed her hand over her mouth. Why the hell did I just ask that, she said to herself. Now he's gonna think that I'm some kind of freaky girl. Naruto shook his head in a negative. Nah, I haven't really had sex with anyone, he said. Truthfully, a super pervert in honor of my sensei and godfather, but I haven't found any woman that would want to be with me. We'll just have to see about that, she thought to herself, before she blinked. What's a super pervert, she said, as Naruto smirked. As he pulled an orange book off one of the shelves, he tossed it towards her. Find out, he said. He stripped off his boxers right in front of her, in plain view, before he headed to the bathroom. He totally did that last spot on purpose, she thought to herself, blushing up a storm. She heard the water turn on. As Naruto knew that Kara could not read Japanese, however, Naruto has been changing the Japanese into English so that he could relicense and sell the Ichichi series. Meanwhile, you did that on purpose, said Kurama, once Naruto reached the bathroom. It was glorious, it was evil. It wasn't that evil, said Naruto as he stepped into the shower. You call yourself a super pervert, then you told her to find out what one was, threw her a copy of your godfather's smut, took off your boxers, leaving yourself as naked as the day you were born. Then you left her to read said smut. The word evil does come to mind. Well, now that you mention it, said Naruto as he stopped washing his hair. That did sound kind of evil. He shrugged as he continued to wash his hair and body. Kurama then realized that Naruto did all of that without thinking it through. These are the moments I actually wonder if your brain actually works, or if it's all just a mushy, useless organ up there. When Naruto was done, he wrapped a towel around his hair, as another one was wrapped around his waist. As Naruto walked out to see Kara, she was on the couch, biting her lower lip as she was blushing. The scene was ridiculously hot, as Naruto had to stand there for a while. This was giving him inspiration. Notebook. Where's my notebook, he thought, as Naruto creeped around to make sure she did not notice him. Reaching his notebook, Naruto started to scribble down in it, just like his godfather before him. He couldn't help but let out a perverted giggle while he was writing. That was when Kara looked up to see Naruto. The towel was loose around his waist, and one was on his shoulder. Its normal spiky hair was now down his face, still damp, and she could see the muscles. She also noticed there was a tiny scar right above his heart, right at the left side of his chest. She got over her nervousness as she pointed. What happened there, she said. Naruto looked down and realized she was pointing at his only scar. That was where Sasuke stuck his hand through my chest, said Naruto, as she walked over towards him and traced over it. It's a miracle that you survived. While she was tracing it, she noticed all kind of tattoos all over his body. Naruto grabbed her wrist, stopping her. Miracles are the work of the divine. Escaping death is nothing short of demonic. As he released her wrist as he made his way towards his room to get dressed. As Naruto got dressed, stepping out, Naruto saw her at his door waiting. Watching me get dressed, he said to her. That made her blush as she looked away, as she handed him over the picture that she found. Was that him? Yeah, it was, said Naruto. The girl. That was Sakura Haruno. She was in love with him. She would have given up everything for him at one point. And at one point I wanted to go out with her, said Naruto. And nothing, said Naruto. She was in love with him, but we grew close, almost like a brother and sister bond, said Naruto. The man behind us is our first sensei, our team leader. He is the one that force drafted you. Naruto nodded as he made his way back to his room with a photo. Yeah, he was one of my dad's students and squad members. He looked out for me when he could, but he wasn't always there. After something bad happened, he spoke with the Hokage, our military leader, and had me force drafted through the academy and placed on an apprenticeship with him. He had a really hard life, she thought, seeing the look in his eyes. I hope we can give you something new to live for. You ready, she said, changing the subject. Receiving a nod, she instructed for him to place his earpiece in. John, she said. 2 for a pickup. She grabbed his hand and smiled, as the both of them were whipped away in blue light. While it was fast, it left you feeling awkward and weird. She saw his face, don't worry. It will pass in a minute or two. You get used to it, promise. She offered him a smile that he returned. Someone cleared their throats as they glanced up to see Green Lantern, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash. Kara, Naruto. Clark addressed the both of them. Kara dropped Naruto's hand as she floated up, as Naruto leaped and landed upwards. Hey there, Soups, he said. What's up? Not much, Superman said, not thrilled with the nickname. However, Kara and some of the others chuckled slightly. I see you accepted, he said, a bit of bitterness in his tone. Yep, thought you might prefer that than fighting me, said Naruto. His eyes closed into a curved smile. Yes, well, we need to create your elite profile as Kara, as probably mentioned to you. Yep, she did, said Naruto. So what do you guys need from me? The Martian was the one to speak up. We need a picture from you. And also a list of your abilities and skills. And experience. So that we can properly deploy you, and as well outfit you with support if you need it. Naruto nodded as he moved towards the camera on the console. So, I take it that you and he are fine, Clark said, looking towards his cousin. Yes, we are. And if you had the decency to see what he's been through instead of what he could do, you will be fine with him as well, Kara said, as their relationship was becoming a bit strained. And neither of them were happy about it. Clark was worried about the Earth and Kara, as Kara was worried about her crush. I wish being a superhero was easier, as he looked to see a list of abilities appear next to Naruto. That is quite the list, Green Lantern said. Yep, my squad was a direct combat squad. We basically bailed out other teams that got into a pinch, ran protection detail, and we were frontline in the war. You mind going a few rounds, said Green Lantern, as he wanted to show the new guy that there was other ways of fighting than killing, not to mention, he wanted to put him in his place. Only if Superman agrees to fight with you, because then, perhaps it will be a fair fight, said Naruto. Everyone was shocked at hearing him say that, because he seemed like he got some pent-up aggression he wants to let off, said Naruto. Deal, said Clark. What? Kara shouted. Don't worry about it, Kara-chan, said Naruto. It's just a sparring match. She huffed. You all are a bunch of idiots, she said, as he simply chuckled nervously at that. Well, follow us, kid, said Green Lantern. Superman brought up the rear as he looked towards Kara. I promise we'll go easy on him. They arrive at a plain white room with a bunch of dots lining all over. John, load Metropolis into the simulator. Before Naruto's eyes, buildings just pop up and created. Whoa, what is this place? It's amazing. Hard-like constructs that we use for new recruits and improving ourselves. Superman said as Naruto went towards one of the buildings and pumped chakra into it. Good. I can channel chakra into these walls. As Naruto turned a smirk, I heard what you said about going easy on me. Word of advice, don't, said Naruto. Throwing something down, the place erupted into black smoke. As John readied his ring, Superman switched to his X-ray vision. John, get ready. He multiplied himself. Right after he said that, 6 clones burst out and attacked the 2 of them, 3 each. They came in at speeds that would rival heroes, but nothing too impressive, as John started to fire energy blasts towards the 3 that zoned in on him. However, they dodged every single one of them. So that ain't gonna work. Well, I guess I'll have to kick it up a notch, he thought. He created a dome as he shot spikes out towards them. Let's see you get through this, hotshot. The clones burst off before any of the attacks could land. With pleasure, one of them said as all 3 of them flashed to hand sign. Wind style. The 3 of them released a crescent ear bullet towards the dome. It immediately exploded, blowing the lantern down to the ground. However, he quickly got up to his feet. He sent a giant fist and smashed into the closest one. He saw it poofed away. 1 down, 2 to go. The other clones quickly pulled out weapons. John was forced on the defensive until he created a broad shield. As he sent the weapons back, he was only able to hit one of the clones, as it poofed away along with the weapons. So the weapons are clones as well, John thought. The remaining clone closed the distance in a shock for John, as this was faster than he remembered them going. Shit, he's gotten faster, he thought. Combat was not a favorable one of John's. He could hold his own, but not very well. He ducked from a right cross as he brought up a haymaker, but the clone jumped back as he brought his foot up. It slammed under John's chin, knocking him off his feet. The clone flipped before John landed and shoot forward and slam right into him with his shoulder. John slammed into a nearby building. That's gonna leave a mark, said John, as he rubbed his stomach looking for the blonde. Catching sight of him running through hand signs once again, John realized he should not let him finish. Oh no you don't, he shot a green boxing glove towards the blonde. However, Naruto leaped over the boxing glove, as the clone was almost finished until John released multiple spikes, and the clone got dispelled. With the last clone done, John decided to go and find Superman. Meanwhile, as the three clones barreled down towards Superman, he was not impressed. This was the guy that we were worried about. His ego, clouding his judgments, believing that Naruto was as strong as a metahuman. It seems like he forgot what happened yesterday. As Naruto's fist slammed into his face. As Naruto's fist was infused with chakra. Boom! He crashed right into a building. What the hell? That felt like I was just hit by Darkseid. As the other two clones launched their third one. As a dropkick slammed into Superman's stomach, blowing him through the building as he smashed into the ground, forming a crater. The clones did not give him a breathing room. The first drawing a set of shuriken and priming the explosive seals on them with a chakra pulse. Superman was hit head on with the explosion. The shrapnel or the explosion did not faze him at all. However, the light blinded him for a second, which was what the clone needed. The clone flashed Johansson and slammed his hand together. Wind style, they topper. The gust of wind slammed into him, but with little effect. Seems you're gonna have to change strategies, Naruto, said Superman with a taunt. I think that can be arranged, he said as he forced chakra through his hand. They started to glow blue. Naruto then slashed it in front of him. Superman saw a wave of blue shooting towards him. Superman raised both arms. He was shocked to what happened next, as he was not expecting the wind blade to throw him off balance, but he felt it cut him. What the hell? He mentally cursed, but he didn't have time to dwell on it as the clones charged in. He quickly righted himself as he moved towards the clone head on with super speed. He slammed his fist into the clone that was too close to dodge. It poofed away. He spun around to dissipate the smoke, not wanting to be blinded. He blocked a fist as another clone moved in with immense speed. He grabbed the arm of the clone and threw it with enough force to break it right through the building and into the wall. As he saw the smoke, he then turned to the final one. However, it was caught by none other than John in a bubble. Looks like we win, rookie. You know I had him, said Superman. Oh, it's not over, Naruto's voice came from all around. They both looked towards the bubble to make sure that he was in there. Pretty neat trick, said John. Trick? Yes, you might say that. In the meantime, enjoy the present. The clone waved towards him before. Boom! The real Naruto was sitting on a rooftop looking down towards them. Why don't we show them who the real rookies are, said Kurama. As Naruto jumped off the roof, flashing through Hansan as he did. As Naruto crash landed on the ground. Wind style. Naruto released two punches that caused devastating wind storms that separated the both of them. The first one that he moved towards was Green Lantern, throwing 3 punches on his already sore stomach. He then slammed a haymaker under his chin. With Lantern laid out, Naruto turned his gaze towards Superman. Leaping away, Naruto avoided a heat blast from Superman as he landed on the side of the building looking down. As he looked towards the Man of Steel, but his eyes were not his own. They were bright red with slits. They were so bright, they looked like they were almost glowing, just like when Naruto had threatened him. However, before the match could continue, Naruto leaped down and surrendered. Whoa, I'm beat, he said. Who's game for some lunch? As he closed his eyes for a minute, taking a breath. As his normal blue eyes returned, he walked over towards the downed Green Lantern. As he pulled out something, he showed it to Clark. It's a fast-acting supplement. It can restore whatever energy that he had used up in his spar. It also had the added bonus of waking him up. He called out to the Martian to scan it for him. Will do, Superman, he said, as the place returned back to the White Room. It's not that I don't trust you, it's you don't trust me, said Naruto, cutting him off. And it's fine. It showed that you're a good leader, caring for the people that you work with. Superman was surprised that he wasn't offended as he smiled a bit. Maybe this will work out. It is as he said. The voice came over the speakers as Naruto gave him the pill before rubbing his throat. Slowly his eyes opened up. Did we win? As Superman helped him stand up. Yeah, John, said Clark. But because he surrendered. Damn, I was hoping that he would get in a few good hits for me, Stewart said as he stand up. Wow, why do I feel like I can go another 10 rounds, he said, stretching a bit. Standard issue shoulder pill, said Naruto. Replenish the energy after a few seconds of consummate. Also give you a slight boost in power. Not much, but enough, said Naruto. Well, thanks. It's a lot better than waking up in the mid-base, said John. By the way, nice move back there, kid. I didn't expect any of that, even after you glanced at what I have done. Plus, let's not forget that you were with Batman last night. Wait, how did you... Kara, said Clark, realizing how as Naruto nodded. She told me that you guys went on a little outing, said Naruto as he walked past them. He played us like a little fiddle, Lantern said. He was not angry but annoyed. Yes, he did, Batman said, walking in. We watched you fight in the monitor, said Bruce. As he actually sounded impressed. He's definitely trained to be a shinobi. At first he used deception on you, said Batman, hiding himself so you guys could not tell right away about the clones. Then he had them engage you while he was watching from above. He was probing to find any weakness in your attacks, never once putting himself in harm's way. It also had the advantage of weakening you, John, said Bruce. I'm confused though. Why did he forfeit? If he was able to knock me out that fast, he might have been able to take on Superman for a bit. Hell, he made the big guy bleed, Lantern said, as he noticed the dry blood and already heel cut on his teammate's arm. He got too into the fight. His eyes turned red and slitted, said Clark. Yes, we checked his ability list, said Bruce. As he walked over towards the rest of the heroes, Diana was congratulating Naruto on such a good job. He left that out, he's a mystery, and one that I'm glad we have under observation now. The other two nod as they reach the rest of the group. So, Naruto began. What else is required? Because I'm ready to put my feet on the ground once again. And get some lunch, said Naruto. Naruto needed to meditate. He was off planet and the natural chakra not being here was getting to him. Just a physical, said John, as he motioned for him to follow. As Naruto nodded before he paused. Don't peek on me like you did back at my place, Kara-chan, he said. Superman looked toward his cousin, hoping that Naruto was joking, but she was blushing red. Now I wish he hadn't surrendered, Superman thought. The physical was just that, a physical. An MRI. He tested for disease, and they scanned his body with an NG scanner. Incredible, Martian said. Everything okay, said Naruto. As the Martian Manhunter nodded, I am just surprised by the difference of humans in your reality versus this one. Anything bad, Naruto said. Nothing bad, it's just different. As Naruto got up, time to get some food, he said. He was hungry. Do you even know where the food is on this hunk of junk, Grandma asked. Naruto paused. Hey, where's the food at, he said. Martian glanced up. I will call Kara and have her take you to the cafeteria. Paige and Supergirl and the members that knew about Naruto. So, why did John page us? Asked Kara. I don't know about them, but I'm hungry. And he said that he could show me to the cafeteria, Kara-chan. Sure can, she said. However, she flashed in front of him in blinding speeds and drive a hard punch into his guts, really hard, as Naruto dropped to his knees. That's for making me have an embarrassing conversation with my cousin, jerk. As Naruto was on the ground clutching his stomach, Eraseni is probably laughing his ass off at me right now, said Naruto. If it helps, so am I, said Kurama, as Naruto flipped to his feet. The other league members were watching the interaction between the both of them. Clark was still unsure about the boy, especially when he found out that he was parading in the new Tyrone, his cousin. Batman saw him as what he was, a soldier moving on. Green Lantern was changing his opinion towards what Flash thought about. Diana found it rather amusing, as she was just happy to have a new member. So John, what did you call us for, said Bruce as they entered the room. He threw the readings up on a larger screen so they all could see. His physical turned up some important things. First, his MRI showed that his bone structure is almost as dense as Clark, but half the weight. As a furious of shock looks were on their faces hearing that. What else did this show, said Batman, intrigued. He has antibodies in his system that slow poison down, so he can live longer before treatment. Plus, he heals faster than even you, Superman. Also, just like other humans who can cast magic, his body possesses a internal biostatic field. That's how that attack got me. He was using magic, Superman said, glad to know why he was cut. However, it was short-lived. I said I did not say it was magic. He can actually control the flow of energy and send it out of his body. From what I saw of his description when he was facing off against you guys, he used the handstands to formulate the energy and send them to the right location in his body before releasing them, generally into an element of some kind. But that is not all that he can do. Great Hara, said Diana. What else can he do with his energy? Also, how was he strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Superman? Generally, I'm the only one that can hit him hard enough for a workout. His body is filled with pathways. John showed them the scan. They run to every muscle all over his body. He can channel the energy into them, increasing his strength, speed, and durability. Batman was the first to get over his shock. It seems his people figure out how to become a living weapon. Stuart's opinion of earlier had switched back to his previous one. So how do we stop him if he goes rogue? Set his rogue status to Omega, Batman said, walking towards the door. Is that really necessary, Bruce? Said Diana, confused to why Batman would make him just as high as Superman on the threat level. Yes, he said as the doors closed behind him. Meanwhile, why? Why don't you guys have ramen up here? Said Naruto. Seriously? Just pick something else, said Kara, as Naruto huffed as he looked towards selections. He selected a burger and fries, as she grabbed the chicken sandwich and salad. As she found Green Arrow Ollie eating his lunch, she walked over with Naruto in tow, who was still grumbling about lack of ramen. She set her tray down. Still ogling Black Canary from afar, she asked. He gave her a slight glare. What's it to you? He said. She laughed as she sat down. Nothing, she said. Green Arrow, this is Naruto. Naruto, Green Arrow. As they shook hands during the introductions. You can call me Ollie, or Oliver when not on a mission. Well, I go by Naruto, so let's stick with that, said Naruto as his eyes curved up into an eye smile. As they turned to their lunch. So, don't have a superhero name yet? Ollie asked. Superhero name? Said Naruto, confused. Yeah, so no one find out your identity and such. Oh yeah, said Naruto. Well, never needed one before. Even though Shinobi records were well guarded, they were always stolen. They tried to think of a name when all three heard a voice. Shinobi. They turned to see Batman. A superhero name. Thanks, Batman, Oliver said, as he mustered all the sarcasm he could. You took all the fun out of it for the kid. As Batman gave him the infamous bat glare, making him squirm a bit. Shinobi works, yes, it works really well, he said, trying to get the glare off him. No matter who it was in the league, Batman scared them all, as he threw a key card right in front of Naruto. Your room on the watchtower is across the hall from Kara's. Your rotation starts in a week. Kara stopped him though. What did Clark have to say about where Naruto was staying? She was shocked that they managed to convince her overprotective cousin, who was well, bit too much sometimes, to let Naruto stay across the hall from her. He doesn't know, said Batman. I picked the room. He glanced towards Naruto, as Naruto got the gesture. We'll talk soon, it meant. God, Ollie said. That guy's one scary dude. Does all the Justice League fear Batman? Said Naruto. Both Kara and Ollie nodded. He carries a chunk of kryptonite on him in case Superman or Supergirl ever go rogue, as Kara threw her 2 cents in. He also keep personal file on the back computer on how to take out the whole Justice League in case anything happens. Clark told me about one incident with Legions of Doom, when they raped and stole some of his files and almost killed all the members. As Naruto decided to change the subject, so, what started you into the hero business, Ollie? He said. Time skip, as Naruto was teleported back to his home. I really hate that feeling, he said. Cry me a river, said Kurama, as Naruto shook his head. You know, said Naruto, you're gonna have to output some of your power this time. As Naruto arrived to his backyard to see, they had grown about knee-high. He smiled as he saw that he was able to create something, not just destroy. I'm aware, said Kurama, but it won't be that much. Not even close to a tenth of my power. As Naruto reached to his sitting spot of the backyard. As he started to meditate, flowing the natural energy around his body. As Naruto pushed it out, as Kurama also started to fill up with the energy as well. Almost done, big guy, said Naruto. Yep, I can feel that, said Kurama. So, said Naruto as he got up to his feet. I guess we're talking sooner than later, huh? It's impressive, said Batman, that you're never surprised to see me. As Naruto shrugged as he started to walk. So what were you doing back there? Batman said. Gathering natural chakra. It is for some things I have the ability to do. I have to store it up every so often. If I don't, I risk my control going to shit. I take it that chakra is the name of the bioelectric energy that you use, said Bruce. Bio what? Said Naruto. The energy that your home used to attack. Oh, yeah, said Naruto. That's what we call it. It's a combining physical and spiritual energy that one possesses. As he reached the house, as Naruto opened the door, as he sat on the couch, he turned towards the Dark Knight. So, what do you want to talk about? You. Ask then, said Naruto. I need to know your weaknesses, Batman said. Something that was not in your profile. Straight to the point. As Naruto's tone got serious. I told you a lot more than I intended to. Last night, said Naruto, his tone becoming cold. Pretty much because I respect you more than the others. Partly because I was drunk, and mostly because I am tired of holding on to the past. To what has happened. I wanted peace, I intervened to help a few people, and now I'm forced to fight once again. Make no mistake, I will not kill anyone that does not deserve it, but I will not compromise myself or my ideals to anyone, said Naruto. Bruce's voice became ice cold as well. What makes you think that? You deserve to pass judgment like that on anyone. Naruto stood to his full height. The life of the innocents that I'm protecting give me that right, said Naruto. I read up about all of you on the few months I've been living here. I respect all of you for fighting for the weak and living true to your code. But just because you don't kill them with your own hands, it doesn't mean that yours are clean. You've unpurposely failed to save villains. Unlike the other league members, some have survived, others have not. So you have no right to judge me or what I've done, said Naruto. I am not planning on killing everyone that I might face in battle for Justice League, but that option is not off the table, said Naruto. As Naruto walked into his room and slammed the door, Batman got the cue to leave. As Naruto was done talking. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm hoping I'll see you guys soon. Peace, guys.